strict. You that, them not fi yak, so who that? Stand out, well hot, dress but she no regular girl. No regular, my girl, no regular girl. No regular, she's no regular girl. She no regular, my girl, no regular girl. No regular. I woke up to her like this. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this lighting isn't bad. I'm here to do a hair tutorial for you guys. Don't mind my lip, I burst it, okay? Anyway, I'm here to do a sleek long ponytail for you guys. I used to do this style a lot back in high school. I'm not really sure how well I can do it now, so we're gonna see. So you're gonna need a few things. So the hair that I'm using is this expression hair. It's 72 inches. So without really, I think I want it about right here in the middle of my head. So this plait would be like a little under my butt. But I think I might want it a bit longer than that because why not? So, yeah, it's the 72-inch expression hair pre-stretched braid in number 2, the African collection. This isn't available in Jamaica, but I mean, whatever. So along with that, you're going to need some hair holding, something where really holding your strong, especially if you have 4C hair. I got this got to be glued wax, spiking wax. I don't know if this thing works. I just saw got to be glued and I saw extra hole and thought it would work, but I don't. In addition to that, you're going to need a really tough brush, really tough, because we hair thick, so you need something to really hold it down. I don't know what you call this, but I have that. I have some glosser. You're going to need this for the expression braid, especially if your hair is moisturized and then the hair might look a little bit plain, so you use this so it blends in better. I have some styling jam, got to be glued hairspray, and some bands. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I start by sectioning my hair in 3 parts so that it's easier to sleek the hair, so you can get more product in the hair so the hair lies flatter. So I'm putting my hair in 3 parts and I'm gonna start by adding product in the back section. So I'm gonna comb through my hair with this spike brush to make sure your hair is not tangled, because we need to work with a smooth base. Okay, my hair is pre-stretched. You can use a blow dryer, or if you don't want to use heat, you can just keep your hair in plaits so it stretches your hair in the meantime. So now that we're done detangling, I'm just combing the hair together to just kind of get a feel. So this product, guys, I was doubting it, but 10 out of 10. It is so good. So it goes on white, and I was panicking at first, as you can see. And I but yeah, it's good, guys. When you brush it in, it goes clear, so you don't really see anything. So I'm using a really hard brush and I'm just brushing through the hair, brushing the product through the hair. So I was feeling my hair and it felt a bit puffy, so I decided to put my hair in even more sections to get more product in between so the hair can lie a bit flatter. I used some jam in the back. To be honest, I was just going in between products to see which one I liked more. They both held well, but I did prefer the got to be glued because it's more long lasting. But in terms of immediate hold, the jam worked better. It made my hair a lot stiffer, so I used that under the bottom and then used the got to be glued at the top. So if you have lighter hair, then the jam would be fine, but this is for my 4C babes, and you already know how that go with products. So I'm just putting some product at the back, at the nape of my neck, right there, brushing it in. And then I'm using this hard brush again. A hard brush is an essential. You cannot get this done with a soft brush. It won't be as sleek. And now I'm just going to use a rubber band. I'd recommend the thick rubber bands because they hold a lot tighter than the thinner ones, because at the same time you might be like wondering if the rubber band gonna burst or if the hairband gonna burst or whatever. So it's best to use a thicker hairband. So now I'm just using some jam, or I'm going to use some jam and just put over my hair. I just do this for, I don't know, my conscience. So now I'm going to go over to the section at the front, and I'm going to comb it out and apply some got to be glued holding wax, and I'm going to put that in sections, brush it out. So as soon as I apply the product, I use the tough or the rough brush and brush it in, sleek it down, and I'm going to continue doing that until I'm finished with the section, and then I'm going to go ahead and do it to the other side as well. The thicker your hair is, the more sections you should put your hair in and to add product, because you need that extra hold. My hair was really stretched here, but if my hair wasn't pre-stretched, then I would put my hair in smaller sections and apply even more product. So it's very important to note that. And as well, as you can see here, I used a lot of product at the top. Like, I put it everywhere, straight down to the ends of the hair, because you have to remember that, how I explain this now, your hair needs to be sleek all the way back to the back of your hair. So put product all the way down. And then I use the spiked brush to comb through, and then I'm using the tough brush here to really lay it flat. Don't be afraid to use product. Don't mind my elbows, okay? I was in New York. It was cold. I just hopped out of the shower, and yeah, I'm not having time for anyway. So as you can see, I'm using another thick hairband to hold down the left section of my hair. As you can see, I'm very proud of the outcome. Very proud. Yet. So now I'm heading over to the other side of my hair, and this is the last section, and I'm applying a lot of holding wax again, and I'm just going to basically repeat the same process as the other side of my hair. And once again, I'm using a lot of products. A lot. Do not be afraid to use your product. You need it. We're 4C babes. Our hair's thick. We gotta do what we gotta do. So I picked up the wrong brush, and I was using it to try and brush my hair, but because of the amount of product that was in my hair, it wasn't neat enough. So I had to go back over with the spiked brush and then go back in with the thick, remember thick, the rough, the tough brush to get my hair slayed. And now I'm brushing in my hair so that I can catch up that a third section. Do you guys see that part? Do you guys see that part? Like when Moses part the Red Sea. That's how your part should look, okay?
So now I'm using some more product, some more holding wax, and I'm just rubbing that over my entire head. I don't remember if I used the brush. I think I just used this to, like, you know. And this wax has a really nice shine to it. Really, really nice. So now I'm going to focus on my edges. I have to sleek my hair in and then I do the baby hair after. But the front of your hair might need a little more attention to get it looking really, really neat. Now, there are some products that give you immediate hold when you use them, and then you have some that you have to really work in. Well, not really, but you have to, like, brush it for it to really hold, and that's the wax. So the wax is really good. Now, this Cream of Nature, I use it for my edges right here because it gives immediate hold. It's overall better for people with lighter hair, but for us, like, it's good when you use it immediately, and if you're going to tie it down after, then great, but for everyday use, I wouldn't suggest using it. So now I use my Got to Be Glued spray to seal in everything, to tie down any loose hairs that might be there. And I spray this over the edges, everything. Like the edges that aren't caught in your hair, if that makes sense. You're most likely going to have to do it over after you take off the head tie anyway. But I'll just do it. Just for my conscience. Oh, so when tying your hair, right, the third part at the top that I just pulled down, that's important in keeping the top of your head tied down properly. So the third flap at the top, I take it around the puff and tie it down, like tie it in between the other two parts that are left out. You understand? And then I use another head tie to focus on the front of the hair to make sure that the sides are tied down properly. Now, while my hair is being tied down, while it's setting a bit, I comb out my puff so that it's kept pre-stretched, so that it's not knotty, so that it's as flat as possible when I'm ready to apply the ponytail. This is very important if you're going to sleep with your hair tied down and then apply the ponytail, or then put in the ponytail in the morning. Then it's really important to do this step. You don't want to leave your ends out because they'll just get puffier, and you just don't want to do that. So I would suggest this step. Okay, so now I remove the head tie, and as you can see, it is laid, except the edges. But anyway, I already told you that. So now you're going to hold the ponytail, and you're going to make one side extremely longer than the other side. And you're going to put the long side at the front of your head and the really short side. As you can see, it's really, really short compared to the rest. And you're going to lay it on the top of your natural ponytail, and the short half, you're going to use a rubber band, not a rubber band, a hair band, and you're going to secure the hair over your natural hair. This is very important. Make sure it's over your natural hair. And as you can see, the short part is really short. Then you're gonna pull out your natural hair, and after you pull out your natural hair and you comb it out, you're going to just take the long side at the front and just flip it over and just join everything in one, like this.
when that part comes. Like this. So as you can see here, everything is joined together, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a small piece from the short side, and I'm going to use this to wrap around the base of the ponytail. This is what's going to make it look natural. This is what's going to make it look like it's coming from your scalp, even though it's not. And in between, I'm just using some got to be glued spray. Every time I wrap over, I spray to keep it more secure and draw this as tightly as possible, not to the point where it's uncomfortable. You don't need any hairpins because the ends are already feathered out. So if you wrap this tightly enough, it will not move. So just keep wrapping until everything is wrapped in place. And then all you're going to do, I made a mistake here. So as you can see, there's product in my hair. I put jam in there, and that was a big mistake. That just made my hair shrink up even more. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put any product. If it's going to make your hair shrink, don't do it. So I'm going to section my hair in 3 parts, and I'm just going to keep plaiting down. And that's it. You don't need to feed in anything. Once you do the method where you make most of the braiding hair longer than the other side, then the hair will be long enough. You won't need to do any feeding in, anything. So after I did this ponytail, this was a shorter version, even though it was long because it was past my waist. This was the shorter version. I did a really long version for my birthday shoot, and in this version I had to do the feeding method. But back to the video, I'll explain a bit later. I'm just basically plaiting the hair. You want to do it as tightly as possible. As you can see right here at the top, it's not blending in properly because of the product I added. Even though it wasn't bad, it looked fine, but it could have looked better. So what I did in the morning was I pulled it out, and when the product kind of dried down a bit, and then plaited it over. But once you don't put any product in the ponytail for your natural hair to shrink, you won't have this problem. So just plait as tightly as possible, straight to the end, easy, fine. Now for the really long method, right, you only have to feed in once. So if you have 2 packs of this hair, or you have more hair in this length, when you're down to the end of the ponytail, or not the very end, but maybe a quarter towards the end, you just have to feed in once. You just have to feed in once and plait it all the way down to the end, because it will be long enough. Don't be scared. Don't panic. Don't think I clickbaited you. No. It's really simple, because the normal feeding method that people do from the top, you have to be adding in a piece like every second. No, you don't have to do this here. When you reach, all right, you see where my mouth is holding the braid? That's where you'd want to start adding in more hair, and you just add in 1 long piece, so you'd only need to feed in once. Really simple, and you're finished. Really simple. This didn't take me a long time at all. And right here, I'm just going over my edges just for my conscience, because I'd have to do them over in the morning anyway. But I just wanted to see the finished look. And that's it, guys. That's it really. For your edges, throughout the day, I would suggest the got to be glued hair gel, or the wax works as well, or anything that would usually work well for you. If it's Gorilla Gel, anything that works. And that's the finished look, guys. And hot water your ponytail after I didn't, so it was a bit stiff because it was in the night, and I really didn't want to hot water it at that time in the night anyway, because I was going to bed soon. But hot water your ponytail, it will make it look a lot more natural, a lot nicer. And I'd also recommend spraying, if you have hair polish, spray that in your ponytail, because it's fake hair, so it won't look as natural. If you have some hair polish, hair sheen, I wouldn't suggest hair oil, but if that's all you have, mousse, anything really to make your ponytail look more blended, use that after you hot water your hair. And that's it.